Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to tackle well, it's not a new project, but I'd like to show on something I'm doing. Today I'm going to show you how to make a FNAF door in Minecraft. Sorry if you hear anyone in the background, because my brother is mean. So here's the little template I have for the door. Let me get rid of this, because I just made this for this video. I will be doing other parts of the game, like the animatronics themselves, cameras, but right now we're just doing the doors because it's the simplest part. So what are you going to need for set project? You're going to need buttons and space for your door. What size door depends on you. So you're going to need a few different things. So we're going to need a... Where's command? God, has it really been that long since I've ever wanted a command block? Want a command block, because one counts for all. And what I like to do also is I like barriers. We want a barrier. This is for later, but so the first thing we want to do is normally you'd put this somewhere else, but since I don't really care where this is, and so we want to put a command block here, and we want this to be I think just impulse. No, it's repeating, and it's going to be always active. And you want, actually, we're just going to open up the full thing here. So execute if block then you want the coordinates of the block that this is on, so you're actually going to want to destroy those for a second. But if you're wondering what buttons I'm using, you're going to want the pale oak button and the mangrove button, because those are the ones I use, because they look more like the game. I'm wasting time by blah 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 talking. But you want the part of the block it's on, so -175, and I'm sorry, I'm really slow with coordinates, so -175, 58, -58, -172, -172, and you're going to want this for both buttons, but we're just going to do the first button. And it's a mangrove button, so you're also going to want your button type. So after that, you're going to want to go mangrove underscore button. And then right after that, you want a bracket. And this is actually where I like having this open. You're going to want... crap, which one is it? Sorry, it's been a while. I can't do these really by heart, I should say. So you want one of those, and then facing underscore direction facing direction, and then you want another one of those. And then I don't really fully remember, but I think it's like 0 through 5, something like that. So the best thing to do is just to start with that, start with 0, and I do like just to cycle in between them because you need to, yeah, and then place that there so you can tell, because it's just going to be detecting for the button there in general. So then go to 1, no reaction, then go to 2, still nothing, go to 3, just making sure if that, okay, yeah, that's cool, still nothing. God, which one is it? 4, still no reaction. Is this on? Yeah, it's on. 5, Wait. Oh, we got a reaction. So as you can see, mine is at 5. Yours is always going to be different from mine. But now that we have it, so now it knows when the button is there, and it'll deactivate when the button is pressed. But we don't want that. We want it to activate when the button is pressed. So now, once you've found that, you want to get rid of that square bracket right there, and then you want to comma. You want to add one of these double up ones again. Wait. Yeah, and then you want to do button uh, underscore, no, not uppercase, pressed, button pressed, underscore bit, and you want to do another one of those, equals true. And then you want to do that. Now that should activate, but if we do click this button here, you will see that this will activate. So now that we have our button working, now all we have to do is hook up the redstone for it. So then you want to add a repeater. That way the redstone signal can carry. Then you're going to need some redstone dust. I don't know why I don't just have all of this out on hand, but there's also so much stuff you need that it's quite annoying. Then you're going to need, not dispensers, God, I'm out of it, droppers and hoppers. That way you can make one of these, I think. I think that's how it works. It's been a second. Then you just put in a non-stackable item and just making sure this works by putting a button. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see, is it that one? No, is it that one? Yep. So it's in there, and then it's not there, it's not there, it's up there. Crap, it's been a second. Okay, give me. Oh god, it's been too long, dude. So let's try this. So if we click it. Oh yeah, it's just gonna be. Wait, no, because it's up in there. Man, it's been too long since I've done this. Okay, so it's there. It's in the bottom. Then it goes up to the top, and just making sure this still works. Then it should go back to the bottom. No, wait. I think it needs to be on the top, which means because it can't touch the corner, I think. It's been too long for me. I haven't done this in a solid second. So, bop, 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 and you don't want it to touch the very bottom one or else it breaks, I've learned. And then you just want it on the top and maybe even the bottom, I don't know. Like I said, it's been a solid second. Maybe we want it in the top. I don't know. I might have to go back to the world I originally made this in and check. Okay. It's in the top now. If we click it again, it should be... It's in neither, but... oh, I think this needs to be like that. Alright, sorry everyone. So, I made a design error. This one is supposed to be facing up, and this one is supposed to be facing into it. Yeah, and it should just work like that. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've made this, so yeah, and you just want that there, and you want that there. And the reason you want this, and I like to put them on the sides, the ones for the signal. So yeah, that's where I like to put the commands. That's me personally. You can put them kind of wherever you want or whatever. So, but now you just want to Maggie, not now. Get off. My brother's cat. Then you want to put a non-stackable item into it. And now, it's in the bottom there. We click the button. Where is it gone? It's gone up top. So now it should go into that other bottom one. Yep. And just to make sure that it will flip again. There you go. That's that part. So now we've got the toggle flip-flop for whether the door is active or not. So the way you make the door, again, like I said, is truly just depending on you. How you want your door. And, crap, where is this thing? Oh, there it is. So I use polished basalt, because putting it here, it really does, A, stand out from the rest of it, and B, look like a metal door. So I use that. You can use whatever you want, like, another YouTuber, cupoftea.exe, he uses this, so just gonna place it here just so you can see. He uses this, but then he places signs on the, on it. I could do that, but it's just more work that I don't feel like doing. It does give it more of that FNAF door feel, but even in the game I'm making, I don't have it like that. So, no signs. It's like Edna, I'm like, no capes, but it's no signs. So you're actually going to want a few different frames here, and that's actually basically what you're doing with these commands, is you're copying and pasting. So you're going to have a frame with the door fully closed. You're going to have one, and this is where the barriers come in. You might think, why use barriers for the gap? Why not just leave it open? You can leave it open if you want to actually pass through the door, but if you're making actual FNAF, you don't want your person to just go through the door. And you can actually make as many frames as you want. And then again, you're just going to want a door that is fully open. Now, even if you're planning to make it fully walk-through, you're going to want to place some sort of block there to represent that stage of it being closed. Now, obviously, the first thing you want to work on is it closing, which we don't need this frame right here for. We just need this one. And that's where we're going to need more command blocks. So we're going to choose this side as our... Wait, no, it needs to go there, then there. That way it can go there, and you're going to want a repeater in between each frame. So in this case, we skip over the fully open frame since our door will already be open. So we have 3 frames, therefore we need 3 command blocks. So 1, 2, 3. This is it for the door closing, and it'll be the same for the door opening, except we will skip over this closed frame here. So we want to /, not underscore, /, clone, and now you want to do top left to bottom right, and you want to make sure that your door is facing the same way as your doorway, because let's say if your door was facing like this and you copied it in, then it would go into your build as such. It has to be facing the same direction. I have learned that the hard way multiple times, and I do not like it. So, top left is negative 176, negative 176, negative 176, and you can do this a different way for writing down your coordinates if you want to go faster, honestly, but this is just me. Negative 58, 183, negative 58, negative 183, right? 183, that better be right. 183, yep, alright. No harm in checking. Now that you've got that, you want to do the bottom right. So, negative 17660, so 17660 to negative 176, negative 60, and then you're going to want that last coordinate because I'm slow with this. Then negative 184, then negative 184. So now that you've got the coordinates for the door itself, wait, okay, this is going to be an opening. I went to do this one, but yeah, we're going to do it opening. My bad. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway, but now since we did the bottom right, you're going to want the bottom right corner here, so 176, 60, 174. So, negative 176, 60, negative 1, 7, and it's 4, I think. I just want to make sure, I don't want to mess it up. Yep. Alright, so now when our button here is activated, you will see that a door will be pasted in, and it can be destroyed. So now you just want to do that for each individual frame, and I'll see you when I get the opening done. See you there. Ladies and gentlemen, I've finished up the door mechanics. So now if you have done everything, you've written down everything, and you've finished all your mechanics, your finished project, when you push the button, it should close. Push it again, it will open. So I have been running into a problem where the item does get stuck in this one, but it doesn't happen in my other world, so I don't know why that may be happening. Now that there's, I don't know, you don't have to watch this next part if you don't want to, but it would be for the light outside. So if you had, like, I don't know, another room, let's just say it's, well, you don't want to make it all dark, but you wanted to make it look like it was all dark in there. So if we were just to quick, I don't know, quick build a tiny little wooden box, like so. I know it doesn't match the rest of the build, but it doesn't really matter. So let's just say you have a tiny room on the other side that if you were making your own Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, animatronic comes from there, you want to defend, or whatever, you know, bad guys on the other side, basically. As you can see, this light that I have here will illuminate light, but even if I get rid of it and replace the block there, it's still quite obvious to see what's in there, and you're like, well, I wanted to make it look like the light is actually turning on and off, and there is a simple way to do that without removing that block right there, and it is the same way you made the door. So it's going to require all the same commands, basically, and the block you use for it is coal. What you're going to do is you can mark it with air or barriers, kind of depending on what you do. And if you were to do that, and you're in a survival game, and, you know, it's already dark in this main room, it kind of looks like it's just, you know, dark in there. And then if you were to kind of just remove that, ta-da! And you can use coal, or you can use black concrete. I haven't really decided which one works better. I think I'm using black concrete in my current world, that way it doesn't match, but you get the idea. It looks like it's dark on the other side. So if you don't understand how that would work, I'm not going to make that system because I'm tired of it, but I'm just going to explain how that would work. So basically what you did to hook up this mangrove button to this command block, it's going to be this exact same command, you know, but different coordinates, and it's going to be facing the same direction, but it's going to be the pale oak button, pale underscore oak underscore button, I think, for this button to hook it up to a command block. And then it also depends on what size your thing is. So we have a window, so we can't just do the size of the door. We also, you can either do that, just doing the window, or I do the whole thing. So, and then you obviously, I always, you know, mark mine with barriers, so you have your thing there. And then, you know, you can get rid of it whenever, but... And then you use the same toggle flip-flop, and it's only going to require one command per side, and then it will swap it out. So actually, do I want to put a sneak peek at it? Sure. I'm going to hop into my other world and I'll show you what this would actually look like. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is a sneak peek, basically. I'm going to show everyone this project in a different video once it's complete, but I'm not going to be showing off too much. That's the door system that I've worked on. So this is basically what the light system looks like for me. And if you wanted to see what that would look like, you know, it's going to be, here's my office, so it's going to be dark. When you click the button, it is removed, and that light there will illuminate the room on the other side, and it works for both sides. And after a few seconds, it goes away, you know, it toggles itself, and the way you would do that is you have some repeaters, so this would actually, you know, change it to the barriers, and then after a few seconds, it goes back to concrete. So that is what, so that is how you make the doors and lights. I'm glad I got to show you all a good old sneak peek into the project I was making, and hopefully help some of those FNAF fans out there who want to make their own custom mini games in Minecraft. I will see you all in the next video, hopefully, because I'm running out of things to make, because I'm not rich and I can't afford new games, but see you all in the next one. Goodbye.